Okay, so all this is, we're going to put a circle. We're not going to put it right smack dab in the middle. We're going to move it to one direction or the other. So I'm going to do this. Draw a circle. Crooked, right? So, dimple, stem, table. Voila. Now, you can get fancy, put a, couple of leaves on it if you want to. It won't matter. Now, the other thing important with doing art is we're going to make this setting on this table, and we're going to make our light come from this direction. Now, we're not going to paint a sun up there. That's a little too kindergarten. But we're going to cast a shadow on the table from our apple. And this side is in shadow. So we're going to do that, and that's where going to be our shadow is. Now, this is just some basic stuff and basic colors. Now, this is the Crayola Silky Scents. I bought these at Walmart. Now, just nicely cover that. Don't worry about not being in the lines. It won't matter in a few minutes anyway. That's the shadow on the apple itself. And a little shadow up here in the dimple. And then we're going to also put this shadow on the table, the cast shadow from the apple. Now we will pause a little bit of some of this so it can dry a little bit. But this is our first, and I'm going to make this one a little bit darker right here at the edge. Okay. These are just not expensive watercolor brushes. In fact, they're probably 40 years old. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put this shadow in here. I'm going to use my water. Rinse my brush. I got a little paper towel. Bring this up here just a little. It doesn't matter because we're going to cover that with red. And then here is that little dimple. And then we're going to do our cast shadow. That's going to be on the table. And that's going to look quite a bit different in a few minutes. Okay. Becky, give us a pause, and I'm going to shoot the blow dryer at it. Now this is just plain sketch paper. Watercolor paper is a little sturdier, but you can do this on anything. What we're going to do is take our red. This is, I've got this in these in the red also, but I don't know. I didn't grab that one. Now I'm doing that over the dark, over the purple. Filling that in. Moving up with it. I'm kind of moving along the shape of the apple, but it's not really, you're not going to get in trouble if you don't follow the lines. You can color outside the lines if you want to. Then I'm going to take a little orange. That's going to be my next color up. And then I'm going to take a little yellow and do on this lightest side. And here with our red again, kind of fill in some of this. Okay, so we're going to do this, the actual apple part first. Pretty? Mm-hmm. Now, if you need to, you can go in and rinse this brush out, but I like to kind of blend in the rest of my color with it, just like that. And we'll be doing a little background, so you don't worry too much about that either. Okay. Now we're going to take this brown and we're going to do our over our shadow with that first. Right along the edge of that. And then I'm going to bring this way beside my apple. Now this isn't, I'm not going to fill this one in quite as much or as dark, but that's just the way I'm going to do it. There's no law. They're not going to come and take you to jail. Jail pin jail. Jail pin jail, yeah. Okay, and I'm going to take this again, this yellow, and I'm going to put a little over here on this lighter side of the table. Just to kind of change that color up a little. And then we're going to take our brush again, and I'm going to start over this. Now you could also use a little bit of black in that if you wanted, if you were worried about that not being quite as dark. But what we're going to do then is bring our brush out and just do some of this. Keep plenty of water in that. Now, I'm kind of taking my brush the same direction on that stuff. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is this background. I'm going to have to stand up. I'm kind of ignoring these leaves at the moment, and I'm just going to put some of this. Now you can, you just kind of use what you have. We call the group of colors that you have, no matter what your medium you're using, we call that your palette. That means the colors that you have. And I'm going to take that right there. I'm going to put a little of the blue on this side because that's where my apple is the lightest. use a little of this blue. Over here, just to kind of change up the color a little. Using the same brush for all of it. Now what you can do when this dries, you can get just a plain old Dollar Tree gel pen. You know what I'm talking about? And they're little writing pens, and you can go over your work with one of those, or a marker like a Sharpie if you think you want to outline it. Now I'm going to bring this way. More water, the lighter it is. Okay, Becky, I'm going to dry again.
Okay.
Now, I could do it with, I got the black in this one. I'm going to put my stem back in. I don't know that I'm going to put any, I could put some you can use these, or you can take a gel pen, 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. You don't have to do the outline around it, but I'm just going to show you what that looks like. Here's our little shadow area. I'm just lightly touching that in. Here's the back of the table. And if we want to put those other two things on it there, then looks like an apple, doesn't it? You wouldn't, somebody comes up to you and says, "What's that?" Then you go have them do an IQ test. Cause it's an apple. Now, you could do more. You could do a few other things. If this, like this is kind of that purple maybe shows through quite a bit. You could take your brown and go over that again a little bit, and take your, you can doctor it up as much as you want to, or not. But the truth is, it still looks like an apple. And so that's just kind of you can put, layer some more colors on it and blend them in. So actually, this particular method, I've had people do Trust Me apples in every medium. Oil pastels, watercolors. Now, I don't work in oils, but it's not that it can't be done in that. And there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Call me up, brother, when the good times come. Call me brother when the good times come. Call me brother when the good times come. Well, I'm hurting now, but I won't be hurting long. Say you're gonna find another man. Oh, ain't no one here can love you like I can. Call me brother when the good times come.